Hey guys, welcome to RC and Legos, and today we are unboxing my new GPU. Yes, it has finally arrived, and guess what I chose? The Intel Arc A750. So today we're going to be unboxing it and setting it all up, uninstalling the old NVIDIA drivers and installing the Intel drivers, and just playing around with their software and getting everything set up. Let's get to it. Alright guys, now that you've had a good look at the A750, let's switch out my old one with the new one. Alright guys, the GPU is all in, as you can see. Yes, I know you're not supposed to do this daisy chain stuff, but I was too lazy to take off the back cover and plug in another cable. So I will do that off camera, but this will be fine for testing purposes to see if it turns on and works. So let's see if it does do that. All right, power switch is on, turning on the power button. Look at that, the Intel Arc sign lights up. That's pretty cool. Nice. All right, I am gonna go into BIOS because I need to turn on something. All right guys, as you can see, it has booted, and what I was wanting to turn on is this right up here. It's called Resize Bar, and turn that on. That improves performance on these Intel GPUs quite a bit. All right, save changes, resizable bar enabled, or set the auto. All right, here we go. All right, let's see if Windows boots. Hey, there we go. We got the loading sign. And there we are. All right, we're in Windows. But now we need to set up the drivers for it and download the software and stuff. But first, we need to remove GeForce Experience and all the other before software that I used for my old GPU.
That's like ancient history.
So let's go in and do that. All right, so now that it is up and running and we're booted into Windows, we need to get rid of all of the previous NVIDIA drivers and NVIDIA software and all that. So we install the Intel drivers and Intel software. So first things first, we're gonna go into Control Panel and uninstall a program. And in here, we should be able to find NVIDIA. Yes, all of these. So we will just start at the bottom until we have them all uninstalled. All right, so now that all the NVIDIA stuff has been removed from the computer, let's do a restart. And then after it is done restarting, then we can make sure the Intel driver installed correctly and install their software. All right, so it successfully rebooted. So now let's go to Google and download the Intel Arc software. All right. Let's go through the quick start guide first, just to make sure. All right, so it wants us to install this to make sure it is compatible with our system. All right, that didn't do anything. All right, so let's download the Intel driver and support assistant. There we go. Agree. So look through this. All right, install. And I will not join the Intel Computing Improvement Program. There we go. Now it is installing. All right, it wants us to restart. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, now that we installed that, let's go back to Google and download the Intel Arc Control. All right, let's see. Looks like we got two here. These seem to be both the same, but this one is recommended, so I'm gonna click on this one. Alright, the Arc Control has finished downloading. I guess technically we did download the graphics driver. So let's go through this. Alright, and it will install the Intel graphics driver and Intel Arc Control. So this is the only piece of software that you need. If you want to, you can install the Intel driver and support assistant, but that is not really needed. All right, folks, it is installed and the software is opening up, and here it is. We can check for updates and see if it finds any, and you can schedule updates when you want them to apply, I guess you could say. And it says we are up to date, so that is good. All right, and here in the games, it will show you your game's performance. So basically all the graphs and stuff, pretty cool. Performance tuning and game overlay. And then studio, where you have capture, highlights, different camera stuff. Overall, pretty cool. You can broadcast, all these different things. So there you have it, guys. The Intel Arc GPU is installed, and I guess might as well see if it will run a game. So I'm just gonna jump into Rocket League. All right, guys, Rocket League is opening up. That's right, it's a new season. All right, anyways, all right, it's looking good, running good. You can see over here, I put up the Intel overlay, so you can see that the GPU is around 50% right now, so doing good. But this isn't on its highest settings in Rocket League because I had to turn it down from my other GPU. So let's head in the settings here and turn it all the way up. All right, high quality, high quality, high quality. Render, high quality, 60 FPS, good. Looks like it was pretty much already at high quality, but that should do it. All right, well, I guess let's head into the game and see if it lags at all. Oops. I'll put you guys closer to over here so you can see how much the GPU is working and stuff, which as you can see, it is only at around 44%, 50% usage. So that's pretty good. Whee! So far, no lags or stutters. Doing good, guys. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Hey, this is supposed to be an editing PC. Why are you showing us videos of how it games? We don't want to see that. We want to see how good it is at editing. Come on. Ah, what was that for? Okay. I'll talk about some editing stuff. I don't have any videos of it, but I will talk about how it does with editing, okay? All right. So when I first got the GPU, it honestly wasn't that great, other than for playing Rocket League. I mean, I had random weird glitches happen with just being on the desktop and sometimes in the web browser. And web games didn't really work too well. But here I am talking about games again. All right, so fast forward a couple of months. I mean, it was just amazing at how fast they released patches for the Intel Arc graphics cards. I mean, mine improved a lot, where editing became, pretty good now. I mean, you could do simple cuts and edits and all that stuff, and it was pretty good. But later on, we upgraded to DaVinci Resolve Studio. And with Studio, you get a bunch of new AI features and all that stuff, and I was so excited to try that out. Well, here comes the bad part with the Intel Arc, because the Intel Arcs aren't really known for their AI performance. And so when I'd ever trying to track or analyze the audio or something like that, or the video, it would just crash the program every single time. I mean, it was just unusable. I couldn't use the software that I just paid for because the Intel Arc didn't have enough AI performance to do the AI work. So yes, it does great at normal video editing, but as soon as you start adding in AI effects and stuff like that, it just goes downhill from there. So I would not choose an Intel Arc for a video editing machine, but apparently it does pretty good with Photoshop and photo editing. So I would get it for that. And another thing, even if you're working with 1080p video, 8 gigabytes of video memory is not enough. You need at least 16 gigabytes. I know people say, oh yeah, 8 gigabytes of video memory is fine, all the way up to 4K. Not even close. I'm over here at 1080p, and I maxed that out within the first 10 minutes of editing. So I'll definitely strive to get more video memory, which is partly why I went with the Intel Arc in the first place. Now, yes, I did get a new generation product, or should I say first generation product, from Intel, and I just said in the CPU video that you shouldn't do that, and that's why I went with AMD. But here I am doing it with Intel. So why did I go with the Intel Arc then? Well, because I wanted to support Intel in making GPUs, because honestly we need more competition in the GPU space. Right now I have AMD and NVIDIA, and so AMD is really only good at gaming, doing any productive things like video editing or photo editing, or doing really any like task with your computer other than gaming or simply browsing the web. AMD is just not good at that. You need a NVIDIA graphics card. So I was really hoping to support Intel because I was hoping that they would support more of the creators, because if you don't know this already, the media engines in their integrated graphics on their CPUs are great for video editing, because you can like split load with your main GPU. So you can like use them in conjunction. So if you want to do productive things like that, then you gotta get a NVIDIA graphics card. So I was hoping that Intel would kind of bridge that gap between AMD and NVIDIA, and possibly in the future they will. But right now, especially, do not get the A series of the Intel Arc series of graphics cards. So don't get the A580 or the A750 or the A770 or the A380, I think is what they have also. Don't get any of those if you're doing video editing, especially if you're doing like AI stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. And honestly, I think if I would have chose a different graphics card, this PC would have turned out great. But yeah, definitely not a good buying decision on the Intel Arc, and I would not suggest it if you have a video editing or want to do any sort of video editing. All right, see you guys in the next video. Bye.